I'm angry at you.
I know that.
I am.
Why?
Your off-mic comments irritate me, and you come off on the microphone so sweet, and I'm the smart aleck. If they really knew the real Jack Fleming inside is a mean Don
dirty,
Rickles.
mean person. Yes.
I'm the
Neil Sedaka, got to make your own sunshine, Oregon's KUGN. It's 18.544, a couple of months from now, and you don't have to make your own sunshine when the rainy season, which has been limited anyway, comes to a halt altogether for a couple of months. One of the great joys of summer is being able to get out in the backyard and reduce a $3 a pound steak to a pile of ashes. Of course, you can avoid that.
KUGN and Everybody's Record Company presents the 59-second record snatch. Oh, yeah, you better hustle and get that paper. Listen carefully. This is music montage number 1. And no, Margaret Whiting is not the answer. That was montage number 1. There are 5 songs in each montage. 3 montages for a total of 15.
He likes to say montage.
Montage.
Doesn't even know what it means.
I have no idea. It's a bunch of records, guys, and there are 15 of them. If you can think correctly, if you can think, you're ahead of Fleming and Stone. If you can correctly identify the songs.
If you're awake, you're ahead of Fleming and Stone.
Write down all 15 titles. You can either mail them with your name and address to KUGN Box 590, Eugene 97401, or drop it off at Everybody's Record Company, 40 East 5th in Eugene. That's the place you can case in case you win. Winners will receive 59 seconds at Everybody's Records to haul away and snatch all the albums you can. 3 winners will be drawn from the correct entries. Deadline is midnight, May 13th, the decision of the judges. That's it, boy. It's final.
19 minutes after 4 o'clock, this is Doodles Weaver. Well, of course, we all know that was not Doodles Weaver. That was Helen Reddy. Ain't no way to treat a lady. It's 22 minutes after 4 o'clock. Fleming and Stone taking you home here on a Wednesday afternoon, the 3rd of May. Already, or steady at the 4th. Says 3rd on the log. 4th.
Jack, it's the 4th. It's Wednesday, Jack.
See? Right here, Wednesday, May the 3rd, it says.
Jack, anything that's... Good thing they didn't write down the preamble to the Constitution. You probably read that.
Okay, we put the spotlight over on Mike Stone.
And what am I going to do with the spotlight on?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Is this a little country segment coming up?
Little country segment coming up here, friends and neighbors.
The guy that perhaps to most of you is not a big name, but back about 15 years ago, he did have one hit that crossed over.
One hit. And this is it.
Don't believe.
Carl Dobkins Jr. And Jack, you said that was what, 1959?
59, right. August of 59.
You met him when he first came around promoting his own record.
Yeah, he walked into the station down in San Bernardino and he had the record in his hand, said, "Hey, did you play this for me?" Really?
And that was a biggie in 1959.
Yeah, it was.
And that has put Carl Dobkins where he is today.
Right back in the car wash. Would you like to add it? I'd like to remind you, Bob Godfrey Pontiac Honda is open till 10 p.m., 7 days a week. Ernie Ross has a KUGN News Radio update right after Al Stewart.
Don't forget at 5:30, we'll have a conversation with Barney Holland, who just resigned as the head coach of basketball at North Eugene.
Music Radio, Fleming and Stone.
Did you say
Stone,
that the comment was they twisted the knife with relish?
Well, specifically, Nixon said in the Frost interview to be aired for the first time tonight, "I gave them a sword and they stuck it in and they twisted it with relish." Followed by, he would have done the same had he been in their position.
Good thing it wasn't mustard. That's kind of messy.
Yes. Oh, Chuck Berry!
It's Chuck Berry, School Days. Ah, yes.
I hurt myself. I was trying to do, remember Chuck Berry would get out on one leg, crouch down, and hop across the stage and bounce his left leg?
Right, had the chicken neck going for him.
I tried that.
I know.
He's still doing it, and he's 50 what? 50,
oh, yeah.
52,
52, something like that.
My.
Whew. 24 minutes in front of 5 o'clock. Fleming and Stone, all the radio you will ever need. The weather person says for Portland, Vancouver, cool with the lows about 40 with the highs in the mid-50s. Isolated thunderstorms this evening. Occasional showers with partial clearing periods this afternoon. Right through Friday. Westerly winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, but gusty near the showers.
Good afternoon. Today's Lane Transit District bus report. All buses are running on time, with the exception of the Marcola Detour. That's about it, unless you call 687-5555.
If your future plan...
Fleming and Stone at 22 before 5, moving home time. This is music of William Bell, you know it, Trying to Love To. 55 degrees outside.
Talk about having your work cut out for you. When you try to love to, yes indeed. That's William Bell on Oregon's KUGN. 19 before 5 with Fleming and Stone with you in Mill City this afternoon.
And we are still talking about Martha's Week because it's coming to a close and you got to hurry. We honored Secretary here at KUGN, the Secretary's last week. It was a big success. But now is the time to acknowledge the unsung people once again on the home front. Housewife, houseperson, homemaker, domestic engineer, whatever the term, they all work hard and they deserve the recognition. And KUGN will send you and her to the KUGN. All you have to do is send us the name of your favorite domestic engineer. Send it to Martha, KUGN Box 590, Eugene 97401, and KUGN will draw the winners next week, and you and your domestic engineer will have a freebie lunch on us.
Ford, Valley River, Eugene, and 7th and South A, Springfield.
Tonight at 5:30 on Stone on Sports, join host Mike Stone and guest Barney Holland, who announced his resignation as head basketball coach at North Eugene High. Barney Holland tonight at 5:30 on Stone on Sports. Here's George Benson.
What time is that, 5:30?
5:30, Stone on Sports.
I think I'll be there.
Okay. Mike Stone on Sports.
That's George Benson and his lead guitar player, Alonzo Whitlock.
Alonzo Whitlock.
Alonzo Whitlock, lead guitar player for George Benson.
Say, incidentally...
Down, Alonzo!
Don't tell David Kwan to go take a hike. His wife did.
When?
Well, he, let's see, when was it? Doesn't say when, but, oh yeah, 1957. His wife said, David, go take a hike. He set the world hiking record in 1957 by walking, are you ready for this? 18,500 miles through 14 countries. And forgot to bring home the bread. He started on May 4th, 1957, and stopped 81 weeks later.
Couldn't go on. No fortitude. He couldn't go for 82, huh? I have here what you basically call your basic live copy, and basically I'm going to read it to you basic folk. It's tonight. Gather up all your friends and head on out to the Quarterdeck Restaurant because starting at 8 p.m., you'll have the opportunity to see the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers game. It's the final one of the series. They're tied at 3 apiece. They'll have it on their TV screen in the lounge. What a way to watch it. Sip and Rip City. Yes, the Quarterdeck's going to be ready for you. Be sure you're ready for them. Get out early, get a prime seat, and then enjoy your evening as the Warriors and Lakers do battle to see who's going to lose to the Blazers. It's all at the Quarterdeck Restaurant tonight. They're at 2855 South Willamette.
4. The Willamette Lane Square Dance Club is holding a special square dance tonight starting at 8 p.m. at Springfield Junior High School, 10th and G Streets, and they'd love to have you there.
Side of your partner, right and left, grand, bend her over and kick her in the
That's Paul Simon all by his lonesome. Well, not by his lonesome, but after he divorced Art Garfunkel, he just kind of went on his own way there.
Got custody of a guitar.
Custody of the guitar, right, and the pick.
Fleming and Stone, and we're with you at what time, Jack?
Just about 8 minutes before 5, and guess who we have waiting for you on the ground today?
Happy Lichty grounded.
This is really embarrassing. I mean, it's sunny and beautiful downtown Eugene, and here's a traffic reporter driving around with all these herds of cars around him. Very embarrassed. But an astute observer will note that looking to the west, dark, gray, ominous clouds are approaching the city, and those clouds are very low, too low for a faithful traffic reporter, and so here I am, down with all the hoofed beasts traveling about the community. Aren't they lovely?
Was that a new just ran by there?
Don't you like the heifers?
The 1977 heifer. What's EPA?
Hey, this is a prognostication which has absolutely no value because it's based on no information. But we're going to have a lot of heavy traffic tonight. Just a whole bunch of heavy traffic. If I was working this afternoon, I think I'd go into the back room and spend a half an hour until around 6 o'clock with the person and or beverage of my choice so that I could miss all the hassle we're going to have traffic-wise tonight. Of course, all of this is a very long and drawn-out lead-up to a spot for emerald lighting and carpet. Here we go. Speaking of the back room... You know, yesterday I spent hours, so here we are again, talking about emerald, lighting, and carpet without any coffee. Now, I want to tell you how to get there because it's kind of difficult. Emerald Lighting and Carpet is located at number 8 Coburg Road, just on the north side of the Ferry Street Bridge. No problem at all if you're southbound on Coburg Road. All you have to do is turn in at the parking lot from Coburg Road. But if you're northbound, I'm glad the music stopped because this is very important. Now, you have to get this just right. If you're northbound on Coburg Road, you're crossing over the Ferry Street Bridge, and you want to go to Emerald Lighting and Carpet, which is on the other side of the street across the dividing strip. Here's how you get there. Take a right on Centennial. You with me so far? You're taking notes, Jack?
I am taking notes, yes.
Right on Centennial, then a right onto Country Club Road, okay? Then a right onto Southwood Lane, a left onto Fairway Loop. You with me? Oh, doing okay. Then a right onto Oakway. so good. Now, when you're on Oakway, then you should make a right onto Oakmont. Then travel 0.6 miles southbound on Coburg Road. Of course, you made a right onto Coburg Road earlier. Until you arrive at Emerald Lighting and Carpet, number 8, Coburg Road. You go there. Tell them Major Tom sent you on Traffic Watch at KUGN's Mobile 2.
And that address once again
In New Jersey.
Now, 4 minutes before 5, Fleming and Stone present this record for the gentlemen who want to practice it so they can play it down at the nightclub this weekend. Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett.
That's Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville on Oregon's KUGN this afternoon. Fleming and Stone, we're about a minute away from news with NBC.
Then Ernie Ross will follow that with KUGN News Radio. We'll give you a little bit about the Barney Holland story at North Eugene High School, and we'll have about 4.5, 5-minute interview with Barney Holland coming up at 5:30 on Stone on Sports. For those of you just tuning in, Barney Holland has resigned as head basketball coach at North Eugene and will be the head coach next season at David Douglas. Musically, Fleming and Stone will present the next hour. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Yes, Dirty Records on Fleming and Stone.
Oh, on sports.
North Eugene High School head basketball coach Barney Holland resigned today, stating that basic philosophy and principles concerning sports are being compromised by the school board and North Eugene High School. We'll have an interview with Barney Holland at 5:30 on Stone on Sports. And also quitting his job as head basketball coach, Bill Russell of the Seattle Supersonics. Final baseball scores and much more, and Barney Holland at 5:30.
Recapping our... I believe there's nothing, absolutely nothing stronger than our love. That's Paul Anka and
How
Ovia
sweet.
Coates.
That was sweet of you to say, Jack.
I know.
This only 5 days after our 1-month anniversary.
This is true.
What are we going to do for our second?
I don't know.
What do you get? Something paper, something silver? What is it?
You know, I don't
There's a
have
list of those things for anniversaries.
I used to have a complete list.
I never got past the second. So I don't know what you get for a third.
Got his X or rock. The Jazz Miners will play a free concert Wednesday night that's tonight from 8 till 10 p.m. in the Fish Bowl of the EMU on campus. Underlined free.
I'll talk to you when the microphone's off, buddy. 60 minutes after 5 was involved in a minor automobile accident last night and treated at the University of Oregon Infirmary for a head cut and then released. Centrowitz was held out of practice by Bill Dillinger this afternoon and probably will miss practice tomorrow, but it's anticipated he should be able to compete in Saturday afternoon's 5:30 twilight track meet at the University of Oregon. Bill Russell is out as coach and general manager of the Seattle Supersonics of the NBA. A spokesman for the team said today Bill will not return for the 5th and final year in his contract with the club. And once again, Barney Holland, head basketball coach at North Eugene, announced today that he's taking a similar post at David Douglas High School in Southeast Portland starting next season.
Recapping Stone and Fleming.
Now, wait a minute.
That was Nelson
Wait a minute,
and Eddie
Ernie.
in the background singing there. Did you hear
I
that?
believe it was, yeah.
When I'm calling you.
Hey, how come you got top billing here?
What
Stone and Fleming. Did you hear that?
Is that what he said?
That's what he said. Ernie, why did you do that?
He's also $50 richer. I beg your pardon. I didn't promise you a rose garden. Hey, Marine, here's your song, Marine. Tyrene, this for you.
Ah, that's Rose Garden. Lynn Anderson on Oregon's KUGN. That's the theme, not the theme, but kind of the...
Used to be a recruiting theme.
yeah,
they
recruiting
used.
thing, right. And...
Of course, it was kind of hard here in the Eugene Marine Corps recruiters. They sang a different version. I beg your pardon.
a very good friend of mine was in the Marine Corps for quite a number of years and used to be at one time a recruiting sergeant.
We won't go into
And-
Dennis Mazer stories. Did I tell you about the... Oh, excuse me. Go ahead. You finish.
Ever go to a Marine Corps what they call pinning on party where they get their stripes, you know?
I was outside of one. I just waited till the bodies came flying out the window.
I went in that night. It was held in one of the back rooms of one of the local pubs, you might say.
Oh, the one that was between the two different radio stations we worked at together?
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. On Willamette Street.
The one that's somewhere between the dare and someone to turn to?
Yeah.
We're not trying to pinpoint it. I looked at the Marine Corps. When I was a senior in high school, I didn't know what to do.
How closely
about
did you look?
service. Well, I went and talked to all the recruiters, but I spent about 30 seconds with a Marine Corps recruiter, but they were the most honest. And I was looking around seeing what kind of deal I could get. I was shopping like I was going to buy a pair of socks,
That's smart. Why not?
So here's a smart aleck 17-year-old walking in, to the Marine Corps recruiter. What kind of deal are you going to give me?
Right.
We're going to work your tail off. We're going to make a man out of you. And I said, excuse me, repeat that? They said, we're going to make a man out of you. I don't want any part of that. I'm not going in the Marines. You know the capper to that story, Jack?
What's that?
After the Marine Corps was very honest and said it's rough, but you'll be a man when you're through, I joined the Army.
Right.
First day at Fort Ord, they informed us that the Army drill instructors were trained by the Marine Corps. Immediately, to the phone booth, Mother! Mother!
When I was looking around for a branch of the service to join, I tried to find something that was as close to Campfire Girls as I could.
There's more to the 19th.
All right, you gyrenes, this is hot.
Do you think I'm
So I looked around, and I tried to find an outfit that was as close to the Campfire Girls as I could get. I did not want to be a macho military person, and I finally found the outfit which was, shall we say, most lenient. The Liechtenstein Navy.
Spring cleaning time is now, but...
You know, I often wondered why. I know this to be a fact because I read it, and it's fact.
Liechtenstein, for those that don't realize, is a landlocked
country, right. Now, here's something I don't understand. Why do the Swiss, I know the Swiss have a navy, why do they need a navy?
Why do they need a navy?
Yeah, or why do they have a navy?
I don't know why they need a navy, but obviously they got problems because you ever seen a Swiss ship? All those big holes?
What do you think you should be paying for good quality?
Just had an irate Swiss sailor call up and threaten to beat Mike over the head with his lederhosen. That's Rose Royce from the Motion Picture Car Wash, Fleming and Stone on Oregon's KUGN. Checking around the Beaver State this afternoon. In Astoria, partly cloudy and 50. In Florence, it's cloudy and 52. In Salem, cloudy and 50 degrees. Roseburg, cloudy and 53. Music Radio presents a weekend with a million sellers starting at midnight Friday. Then spend 90 minutes with the producers at 8 p.m. Sunday night. Now, the show will feature the people behind the scenes who make a record a hit. A weekend with a million sellers this weekend on KUGN, Oregon's entertainment leader.
And I think some people will be surprised because there are a lot of records that were hits during a certain era that never did attain a million in sales.
That's right.
And I'm sure you're going to be listening and saying, well, wait a minute, I remember a big record when I was living here or there. Mm-hmm. But these are from Billboard magazine, which is predicated on record sales. Right. I think you'd be surprised at some of the million sellers.
Well, you know, there are a lot of hits that are area hits or local hits, but that doesn't mean they sold a million all over the country.
We play a lot of era hits that people can identify with certain eras.
Right.
It's our way for compensating for playing what we like.
KUGN 59.
Fleming and Stone. Right now you're listening to one of the great radio coverage stations in America. These are the Mills Brothers. Remember? This is the Mills Brothers cab driver. Taking us back a few years, I hope to shout.
What do we have? Do we have Russell Sadler?
Yeah, we got old... Saddle.
Oh, Saddle Rustler.
You remember my old friend, Saddle Rustler. 25 minutes before 7 o'clock, Fleming and Stone. It's 50 degrees, Fahrenheit 10 Celsius. This is the Climax Blues Band. Couldn't get it right. Climax Blues Band in Oregon's KUGN. Fleming and Stone with you here on a Wednesday afternoon. Actually, it's early Wednesday evening.
Yes, it is, and we're going to do something sneaky. Something very sneaky. Now, the first time that you've had the opportunity twice, or as
Not
Joy
one.
Bishop says,
count 'em, twice.
2. Do you have prizes? Dinner for 2. Oh. KUGN and Everybody's Record Company presents the 59-second record snatch. Listen carefully now. This is music montage number 2. Now, that was music montage number 2. Once again, 5 songs. In each montage, 3 montages. 15 song titles. You've got to correctly identify the songs. Write down all 15 titles. Either mail them with your name and address to KUGN, Post Office Box 590, Eugene 97401, or you can drop it off at Everybody's Record Company, 40 East 5th in Eugene. That's right next to the post office. Winners will receive 59 seconds at Everybody's Records to snatch all the albums they can. The 3 winners will be drawn from correct entries. Deadline is midnight, May 13th. That's a week from Friday, and the decision of the judges is final.
Aren't we devils? One of the great radio coverage stations in America. Here's Maxine Nightingale. That's Maxine Nightingale, right back where we started from.
Oh, I hope not.
I hope not.
I don't want to go back to Seaside, and you don't want to go back to where'd you start?
Oh, Waterbury, Connecticut. No,
You really would have no desire just to go back there and see what's
never
happened
been back. Left there in 1847. I've never been back yet.
Oh, pray tell, what is Waterbury like on a weekend?
Yeah, it's real exciting.
Like Seaside in the winter, huh?
Hey, do you realize that Dutch colonizer Peter Minuit?
No, you said it right the first time.
Did I? Minuit, okay. Invented a dance. He landed on Manhattan Island on this day in 1626. Fuzzy remembers it very well. And Wendy was covering the event. He later bought Manhattan from the local Indians for goods worth about $24. That's the truth. However, contrary to what most of us learned in school, what I was taught in school, most of these goods were not trinkets. they were liquid in nature.
Ah, yes, and not a better deal was ever consummated.
Part of Sunday now.
Here's Big Al at 13 before 7 o'clock. Al Green on Oregon's KUGN with you in Leesburg this afternoon.
Let's stay together.
There he goes. Al Green and Al Wilson are so similar, I think, don't you? Remember The Snake by Al Wilson?
Oh, very similar. Very similar.
I really do.
10 minutes before 7, 49 degrees. Are you going to watch David Frost and Richard Nixon tonight?
Must admit, I do have to watch that,
Oh,
yes.
don't must admit it. It'll probably have millions of people.
Well, you know, a lot of people think that just because we work at a particular place that that's all we listen to, but this is not true.
No, and a lot of people probably think because I'm involved in sports, I'm going to look at the cable channel tonight and watch Golden State in L.A.
Well, you might the second half.
No, I'll probably watch it all.
The replay.
Yeah, well, I got a phone call this morning. See, I was a registered Republican and worked on Nixon's campaign the first time. All right, hold the, all right, well, everybody laughing, please hold it down, okay? All right, fine. We all had our shot, okay? Anyway, Dick called this morning and said, I'd sure appreciate it if you'd listen. And I said, Dick, you haven't heard, I chopped up my precinct card 4 years ago.
Where am I?
Different stuff all month.
Smith's Furniture in Cottage Grove, huh?
Smith's Furniture in Cottage Grove.
Don't forget they're open 9 to 9 right through May.